And welcome back to LA Fishguys, part 4 of the tank top repair episode. We've got a large 250-gallon saltwater fish-only system built into the wall. It serves as a divider between the living room and a bar. We're here working on the tank because we've just finished servicing the tank. We've cleaned it, done a water change, replaced all the coral decorations, and we're now attempting a repair. The repair is the result of the top panel and the front panel apparently beginning to separate. What we're going to try to do is drill down through the top panel into the front panel and hopefully with a small applicator needle be able to introduce some solvent down into that area, which will spread out and hopefully fuse or bond those two acrylic panels back together. We've already made a little attempt, but apparently we need to drill some more holes because the stuff doesn't spread out as far as I'd like it to. So I've come to realize I think there's two issues here in applying the solvent in this particular application. One is, as you're attempting to drill out the hole, the remaining shavings don't always come out, and because it's plastic and heated up, as soon as the friction from the drill bit is gone, the plastic then begins to turn cold and solidify, which in turn blocks the entrance into the little tunnel you've just drilled. The other issue is when you apply the solvent, I think it's a one-shot deal, because what happens is as you squirt it in, it will go in and do its thing where it melts or bonds or fuses the material together. And if you attempt to add a second dose of it, it can't penetrate the hole because it's already filled in the hole.
Well, I don't think we were as successful as I would have liked to have been. I ran into a couple of problems. First of all, you gotta have good equipment. This is a nice drill, but it's old, and I think there's a bit of a wobble to it. Also, I ended up breaking one of the drill bits, and the other one, as you drill into acrylic or drill into anything, it's trying to push out the shavings, and in the case of acrylic, that acrylic begins to solidify real fast, and so a few of my holes ended up closing up before I even got the drill out of there. The biggest problem was I think I bent the little needle on the end of there and nothing will come out of it now. So I'm not even able to dispense the stuff. I can probably pick up another one of these and try it at a later time, but for now, I don't know if I was really as successful as I wanted to really be. Let me show you. So you can see I've got a number of holes across here. And even though this doesn't focus in, you can see where the darker areas where the solvent did spread out. So there was a little bit of help there, but just not enough solvent got down inside there to really improve it a whole lot. I think what I'll need to do is try another applicator needle and try to apply some more at a later time, because it is the right idea, getting down there and trying to get those panels to kind of grab a hold of each other again. So anyhow, we've made a real good attempt here. I'm feeling a little bit better about it, but not as good as if I'd been able to seal the whole thing. So let's clean up this tank and get on with our services for the rest of the day.
So we'll go ahead and put the acrylic lids back on top of the tank. We'll drop the suspended lighting system that consists of 4 40-watt fluorescent lamps that hang over the top of the tank. We can connect the feeding spout to the back side of one of those wooden panels, and of course with the wooden panels with the tot locks, we can secure those back in place. We've already cleaned the cup for the protein skimmer and addressed the BioWheel filter system, so we can go ahead and close up the filtration cabinet. We'll go ahead and clean the outside of the tank. We're going to use an acrylic polish to clean the outside of the tank. Not only will it help protect the acrylic, it will not harm it as such would ammonia-based cleaners.
So we weren't as successful as I would have liked to have been, but this was kind of an exploratory thing anyhow. I mean, I've never done this kind of a repair before, and I would highly encourage you to think it out before you attempt to do it yourself, because quite possibly we could have weakened the joints up there, and that would create a bigger problem. So, in these tough, trying times, you do what you can do and try to get done what you can get done so that everything continues to work forward, or at least move forward. I'd like to take just a moment and give you a little bit of exciting news. I've been in correspondence with a fellow for the last 2 months via email. He's wanting to build a large 200-unit apartment building, and he wants to put a very large aquarium in the lobby. This tank is 20 foot long, 10 foot wide, and 10 foot tall, and it's oval shaped. Wholesale cost in this is probably $750,000. Why has he contacted me? He's asked me to become project manager for that aquarium. It would become my job not only to design and source out all the products, provide him with those vendors, and he in turn purchases the stuff directly from them, but that I coordinate everything as it comes together. So based on a telephone conversation this morning, looks like I'm going to be hired for a 3-year project occurring in New York City. That's where the tank will ultimately end up going. So that's a little bit of good news in these tough, trying economic times. And as I've said many times before, no matter how dire the situation is, there's always some silver lining in there. And that's what you gotta look for, and that's what you gotta focus, because always keep moving forward.